It's been 3 years since the PlayStation 5 has released. Technically 2 for me because I got mine back in 2021. But I took my time playing a lot with this console, and I want to really give you my thoughts and opinions about how I truly feel about the system when I took a look at the PlayStation 5 and its games. Growing up, I only had 2 consoles in the household, the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 2. Obviously, the PlayStation 2 is one of my absolute favorite consoles to this day, and I grew up a lot with the games that I had on that system, and especially, playing with my family mainly. But let's talk about the PlayStation 5 because I took my time playing with this system and give you really my honest thoughts about how I truly feel with the PlayStation 5. And let's get the elephant out of the room. Yes, it looks like a Wi-Fi router. Obviously, the memes and the internet kept talking about it, but for me, I love this design. I really love it. I really how it looks so futuristic, and I will say it's a bit pretty much too big a little bit, but is the amount of power they put in this console, which that's understandable. And I did got the disc version because sometimes I like my games on disc, so because I like collecting physical games in my library, but I just really love the colored schemes, because I'm used to the traditional black that they always do on the PlayStations, but I'm really loving the white. And I know you can get other cases or whatever you want to call them for your PlayStation 5, but I think I'm gonna stick with the white. The white looks really clean in my opinion. I just really love how it pops out more than the other consoles. So let's talk about the controller, which we have, instead of DualShock 5, we have DualSense controller with obviously active feedback and a lot of features on this controller with a built-in microphone. It's cool. I will say I like the design of it, but I won't say I'm not a fan with the thumbsticks that much. They could have done a lot with that, but I'm still the fan of this controller. I just love how the white looks on this. And over the past couple of years, I did collect some of the controllers. I collected this red one because I love red. Red is one of my favorite colors. Obviously, I had to get it because the red looks awesome. And I also got the limited edition of God of War one, which I think that one looks really sick, and hopefully we get more of those for Spider-Man, which I can't wait for that game to come out. But the controllers look sick, and obviously we got the new DualSense, I think Edge or something like that. I don't remember. It's like a pro controller sort of for the Xbox Elite, but I don't have that yet. But I plan to go on getting that. But I will say I love the DualShock Sense controller, but like I said, the thumbsticks are not comfortable when you're playing Call of Duty or any shooter games because, for example, look what happens when my friends, when you're raging out on this game.
How you doing?
You fucking.
Alright, enough of talking about the system right quick. The most important thing we're really going to talk about in this video is really main much, the games. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is a platform game developed by Sumo Digital, the same people who did the previous Little Big Planet games. And this is the game where you play as Sackboy as you explore around 5 different stages in Craft World, attempts to rescue his friends from the evil Vex. Alright, I'm going to be honest with you, I never really played the other Little Big Planet games. I rarely even touched them or at all because, they were not really games for me. But when I saw it at the reveal, at the PlayStation 5 reveal trailer and stuff, I was interested. I was like, I'll give it a chance. It is an exclusive title for the PlayStation. And so far, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't really bad. I think it's actually meant for kids a lot. But, the trophies, I don't know. It wasn't really worth it, for especially platinum the game because, I saw some of the trophies and I'm not doing that. And I did beat the main story, and I know there's more levels that you can do and stuff like that, but I was like, nah, I think I was just gonna play the main story and that's it. I did collect some stuff, I did some of the challenges to get some of the trophies and stuff like that, and I roughly played around 10 or 12 hours of playing this game. But I did play with my brothers too. We really enjoyed ourselves playing this game. It's really a fun co-op experience if you have a friend or you have a brother or siblings that you have to play this game. I really think this game is really enjoyable, especially with the reveal trailer. Again, I wanted to try it out, get off my comfort zone, trying to try other games and stuff. So I will say Sackboy: A Big Adventure is really good. I heard a lot of people don't really like this one and think it's like the weakest of the other Little Big Planet games. But for me, so what I played, really enjoyable. Love the graphics. Graphics looks amazing. I love how they showed like details with the cloth and stuff like that on the characters, which highly recommend if you want to grab one of the exclusive titles. There's one of them. So grab Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I really highly recommend it. I already know. I'm holding the wrong version of the game, right? Because, you know, I have it digital on PlayStation 5 Special Edition. Not because I'm wearing the wig or the leather jacket. I'm just holding the wrong version of the game. That's it. Devil May Cry 5 is an action-adventure game developed and published by Capcom, and it is the 5th installment of the Devil May Cry series. You follow the trio warriors of demonic powers with the returning Dante, Nero, and a new protagonist named V to attempt to stop the Demon King Urizen from destroying all humanity. I know this is like an old gen console, but it came out in 2019, but it did come out on launch day with the PlayStation 5 version on the special edition where you have Virgil as a playable character, which that's sick in my opinion, but if you guys have not played the Devil May Cry series, what is wrong with y'all? Go out and get this. I will say get the PlayStation 5 version because it looks amazing and plays well, and the 60 frames per second, loved it. Love it so much. The characters look freaking amazing also. Like Dante, best character I like to use all the time. Nero's awesome too. V's pretty good too. You know, he's not my favorite out of the bunch. But Virgil, oh my god, bro. Like, I imagine how much fun I had with Virgil is amazing. Because I'm currently playing it still. And I'm trying to get some of the trophies for that game. So, I'm really, really loving this game more and more. And I can't wait if they ever make a 6th one on the next gen consoles. Please do. Because, like, whatever they did with this game, do it on the next game. Because it's gonna be so amazing on the next gen graphics on the PlayStation 5, because this game, even on the load times, it runs really fast, especially like the load times. I remember on the PlayStation 4 it takes a while to load in, but in this game it's like that, nothing. The load times are amazing in this game. And I do have a problem, which I'm gonna get to it with the other game, where if you want ray tracing with 4K, it has to be on graphics mode, but the gameplay itself has to be 30 frames. But if you want 60 frames, you have to play in performance mode, but it's going to be on 1080p, which I have a little problem with. I will bring some couple points down, but point being is that if you want to kick demon ass or fucking look badass while doing it, play this game. This game is absolutely amazing. Highly recommended. If you guys have not played Devil May Cry 5, get it on your PlayStation 5. Highly recommend it. Virgil is even busted even more in this game. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive. The game is a spin-off sequel of Marvel's Spider-Man, and it's basically about Miles' struggles to balance his duties as a civilian and learn his role as second Spider-Man, when his new home Harlem is threatened by a war between Roxxon Energy Corporation and a high-tech criminal army called the Underground, led by the mysterious Tinkerer. Miles Morales' gameplay is similar as, Spider-Man PS4. It's literally like the same combat style, but Miles has a little bit unique moveset of him. He has the Venom Strike, which is OP in my opinion. Literally, you can just stun enemies and then be knocked down real quick. And I keep using it a lot in the game, so I have really much fun with the Venom Strike. And there's invisibility, where he can just be invisible where the enemies can't see him, which I think is really helpful for like stealth missions and stuff. Like when you're trying to kill, or not kill, beat up bad guys, but there's like way too many of them and you have to just escape from them, turn invisible, they can't see you. So either way, I think the invisibility thing is really unique for like stealth stuff. But his swinging mechanics is a little bit different than Peter's. His has a bit more style into his swinging, because I noticed that when I was playing the game, his swing is like more unique than Peter Parker's was. But the only thing I have a problem with is that the story was short, and I didn't like the villain in this game, and they could have done a lot more with it. But I see what they were doing, because we have Spider-Man 2 coming out this year, and I don't know if they're having development between this game and the second game, but honestly, they could have done a lot more with the story in this game, but it is what it is. It is a PlayStation title, and I think they didn't have really that much time to make a huge, unique story for this game, which that's understandable. And I think the game price was like around like $40 or $50. I don't remember exactly, but either way, still such an amazing game. Highly recommend it. Graphics, mwah, beautiful. Hopefully, Spider-Man 2 keeps that up, and I keep forgetting to talk about the load times. The load times in these games are amazing. Like, for example, Miles Morales, like once you like in the main title screen, you're already in the game real quick. I love the load times in this game. Like the power of the PlayStation 5 shows you how fast it goes through the loading screens, which I appreciate that much in this game. So if you want to play, Miles Morales to get you hyped up for the next game, highly recommended. It's amazing. Play it on performance mode, and I know, I keep mentioning it. The graphics and the performance, like they could have done way better, because I really hate that they couldn't just put 4K and 60 frames in it. But it is what it is. We just gotta learn to deal with it. So, highly recommend Miles Morales, one of the greatest launch titles for the PlayStation 5. God of War Ragnarok is developed by Santa Monica Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is the sequel to the 2018's God of War and the finale to the Norse mythology saga. If you love 2018's God of War, you're also going to love this game, because this game is top 10 of my favorite games of all time, because I couldn't put this game down, especially when I was taking a huge winter break. I was like, you know what, I want to finish God of War Ragnarok, and I kept playing, trying to finish the game, and I finally finished it, and all I gotta say, this is like one of my favorite games now, one of my top 5 favorite games, because especially when like it's one of the PlayStation 5 titles, it made like a lot of money sales, especially with the bundle that you will get from this. Like, oh my god, this game absolutely deserves everything it gets. And I know the game is still technically new, so I'm not gonna say any spoilers for the story. So if just in case if not a lot of people who wants to play it and wants to get it later on, all I gotta say is that the story in this game is amazing. I love what they did with the finale for the Norse mythology saga, and I love how they did with the characters like Kratos and Atreus. Like their dynamic from the first game was awesome, and they did it 10 times better in this game, because in the last game I didn't like Atreus that much, but in this game they made me feel for Atreus. Like I care about like his motives and stuff, and I know what he wants to like step out from his father's shadow, but his father wants to protect him so much, and I just love that dynamic between them. And especially, he's trying to protect his son from Ragnarok. So everything like stakes in this game is like in the like top and stuff, and it makes you want to go up in your like seat and stuff, and like make you keep playing to see what happens next in the story. But I will admit, there was like one part in the levels, or one of the 9 realms or whatever, that it was slowing down for me. Was I forgot what's her name, but I know her name was I'm gonna butcher the name so much, but Agrabota, I think that's her name. But her levels, it was like pretty much slow. I didn't like it at all, and I just didn't. It was like way too slow for me, because like it kept dragging a little bit longer for me. So that's the only thing I had a problem with that. But everything else, amazing. I love the 9 roads that we would travel into, and the storytelling, also amazing. So yeah, so even Christopher Judge does an amazing job as Kratos. Love that man. He deserves that award, but he did not deserve to be on that stage way too long. No offense to him, but I still love Christopher Judge either way. So if you have not played God of War Ragnarok, go out, go play it. Buy the bundle if you have to. Buy the PlayStation 5 bundle if you have to, because this game absolutely was worth it, and one of the best games from 2022, and one of the greatest contenders for for the game of the year. Which I can see why Elden Ring won, but if it was for me, I think this game would have won Game of the Year in my opinion. So, and that's what's all the PlayStation 5 and its games. And I know there's other PlayStation 5 games I have not talked about because I haven't played them yet. But I'm currently trying to finish Sonic Frontiers, so I know Tavon and Will are trying to get on my ass on that. So I'm going to try to finish that game up first and then play some other ones. I'll probably do separate videos talking about those games. But as of for right now, I think it is worth getting a PlayStation 5 now, knowing that we're done with the fucking pandemic era, and the scalpers ruining the whole launch title for the PlayStation 5, which that's the only thing I hate about it in this era of, this generation of consoles. But either way, it's worth it. We got upcoming games for this system. Cannot wait for Spider-Man 2, Rebirth, and all those other games. Can't wait with the feature install for this game, and I know this is a highly requested review that you guys wanted. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to share this video out as many possible. Get this channel growing, and I'll see you guys later.